You've just started Stardew Valley, but where do you begin? You plant those parsnip seeds, put a few items in the box that you probably shouldn't sell, and try and go meet everyone in the town. But is that the best start to your playthrough? Today I'm going to tell you about how to start your Stardew Valley save and set up for a perfect first year. Hey, I'm Tom, better known as Capo though on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday and Sunday, playing Stardew Valley, just chatting and other interactive games. I started playing Stardew Valley over on Twitch, going into the game blind. I thought this game was like Farmville mixed with the tiniest bit of Minecraft, and I was completely wrong. I know how it feels to be a new Stardew Valley player, questioning every decision you make and trying to get better at the game. Personally, I just like to feel like a winner. If you're similar to me, then you're in the right place. Stardew Valley is one of the most wholesome and rewarding games I've ever played, so here's your first tip. Tip number 1, sell those parsnip seeds. As you start the game, you get gifted 15 parsnip seeds from Mayor Lewis. Parsnips, being a spring crop, are available to plant on the first day of the game. On my last 2 playthroughs, I've done exactly that, until I realised that you can run to Pierre's, sell those parsnip seeds on day 1 and buy other seeds with that money. Planting the parsnip seed and growing it allows you to finish this getting started quest and gives you 100 coins plus the parsnip. But keeping more than 1 parsnip isn't really worth it. Parsnips only sell for 35 coins, so I recommend buying potato seeds as they sell for 80 coins and have a chance of multiple harvests. When you sell those potatoes, keep the money. You'll see why. Tip number 2, wait for strawberry seeds. On the 13th of spring, there is a special event which is the egg hunt, one of the cutest events in Stardew Valley. At the egg hunt, Pierre has a stall selling lots of items including the strawberry seed. Strawberries are one of the best crops to grow in spring and have multiple harvests, as you can see from the keeps producing strawberries after that when you buy them. I would recommend buying all the seeds that you can before you leave the festival. Make sure to do the egg hunt and run down from the start. That's how you get the most eggs. 2 tips in 1. One part of buying the strawberry seeds is that you'll need to plant them on the night of the egg festival, and that's how you'll get multiple harvests during that season. However, just spend some time before the egg festival hoeing some space that you need for the seeds and even pre-water squares. It'll be easy to plant them then before bed. Also, strawberries are a loved gift by Maru and Demetrius, but we'll get into gifts in just a second. Number 3, relationships matter. Well, the presents do. One of the biggest differences from Stardew Valley to any other game, including Minecraft, is the non-playable characters. Each NPC has a unique storyline. However, starting out in this game, it can be quite overwhelming. I asked my stream a few days ago, what singular tip would you give to a new Stardew Valley player? And they all said, use the wiki. The wiki is amazing, but it's not rewarding to a new player, so that's why it's not a tip in this video. But it pains me to say this, it is part of the tip for this section. My tip here is run to the calendar on a morning, check for upcoming birthdays, as giving gifts to NPCs on their birthdays will give a large boost to their relationship, which you can go and view under the skills tab. I then go and type their name into the wiki, see what gifts they love and which one I can give them. You can also track their daily routine on there. At the start of Stardew Valley, you might not have all of the loved gifts for all of the NPCs, but just give them a liked one. Honestly, it's well worth it. Now just hit the big red cross on the wiki, flip back over to the game, the wiki is done for. This isn't my next tip, but for any new player, what I would recommend is watching other people play the game on Twitch and ask questions about Stardew Valley. If any new players do have any questions about Stardew Valley, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'm going to be answering every single one of them. Now on to tip 4, worms and bubbles. This tip sounds really strange, but hear me out. Sometimes you'll be running down the street, enjoying a cool day in town, chilling out. You might see some wormies in the ground. They're just flapping around. They're chilling out too. You might think, wow, me and these wormies, we have so much in common. Marry me, worm. I mean, or maybe, wow, look at those 8-bit worms. This game's so cute. And then you run off on your next adventure. But don't run off, okay? What you want to do is hoe up these worms. You get some pretty shit items, but you also get some artifacts which you can donate to Gunther in the southern east part of the map, which will eventually lead you to getting gifts. The same logic here happens for bubbles in the water. Throw your rod into the water and fish will bite 4 times faster. You know you hit the bubbles when you see a blue sparkle, just like this one. Tip number 5, watch the TV. A very simple one, but the TV is great for checking weather, seeing the day's fortune, essentially how much luck you have to find that exit in the mines, catch a harder fish, and a few more things, and you'll also find quick farming tips through living off the land. The Queen of Sauce segment appears on Sundays, which you'll be able to acquire new cooking recipes. You won't be able to use these recipes until you get a house upgrade from Robin, which costs 10,000 gold and 450 wood. That's for a little bit further down the line, but get the recipes now, it's great for the future. Some recipes are NPCs' favourite items, and some are even needed for the community centre, just like the Mackie roll, which leads into tip number 6, work on the community centre. Completing the community center is one of the biggest aims in Stardew Valley, but can be very challenging for new players. You unlock the community center by running into town from the bus stop area when it's not raining from the 5th of spring onwards. The community center requires you to collect items to put into bundles, usually of 4 to 5 similar items. By completing a bundle, you get a new item or area to work with. For new players, I recommend working on the craft room and the pantry at the start of the game. The other bundles, such as the bulletin board, become easier the more hours you have in the game. I dropped a link in the description for a fish tank bundle cheat sheet, which shows you what time and season to catch every fish. This bundle takes hard work, and you'll need every single season to catch all the fish. So don't get too worried if you don't find them at the start of the game. The great thing about the community center is that you'll get rewards every time you complete one small bundle, which I call a pack. Finishing all the packs in one room will get you a reward for that room. The community center is the largest challenge in Stardew Valley, so stick with it. It's one of the most rewarding parts of this game. The feeling of completing it for the first time is incredible. Tip number 7, community center vibration. When looking through your items in the inventory, you can easily check if any of the items are needed for the community center. If you hover over an item, look at the community center button on the right of your inventory page. If this button vibrates, then this item is needed for the community center, but if it is still, the item is not needed. Also, don't feel that you have to run all the way to the community center to check which packs items are for. If you click on this icon, you'll be taken to a page with all the packs you'll need to complete. Unfortunately, you can't donate items on this page, but it makes it a lot easier to check your progression through the community center packs. This is so much better than running there at 1 AM, passing out, and having to pay Joja money for it. All my homies hate Joja Mart. Don't feel bad if this does happen to you. It's happened to all of us. It's just part of the game. Tip number 8, get a workbench. The workbench is a very useful item that I don't see many Stardew Valley players using in their saves, and it's quite surprising. The workbench allows for 7 chests to be placed around it, and allows players to craft from items placed inside the 7 chests. I played countless hours of Stardew Valley, and I still buy the workbench for how convenient and how useful it is to craft new items. It really does speed up your playthrough. For a new player, it makes crafting in Stardew so much easier and allows you to learn what items you need for certain recipes in certain ways. You can purchase this workbench from Robin's store. From the 1.5 update, the bench has been reduced from 3,000 to 2,000 gold, so you can get it even earlier in your playthrough. This is how I lay out my chests for the workbench. A wood and forest items chest, a chest for all season forageables, a chest for food items needed for crafting such as honey, a mushroom and tapper items chest, beach forageables and fishing items chest, a chest for fish, and then the mining items chest. Number 9, add to existing stocks button. This tip is a very quick one. If you have a lot of items in your inventory and you already have that item in the chest, all you have to do is hit the icon with the small red arrow and it adds multiple items into that one chest. This tip is great if you just collected wood or come back from a mining mission and you can just stack all of the items together. It makes your inventory so much cleaner and is way quicker than hitting each individual item into that chest. Tip number 10, the traveling merchant. Every Friday and Sunday, you can find the traveling merchant in between the Wizard's Tower and Marnie's house in Cindersap Forest. This is located just below the farm. Run left and you'll be there. I check the traveler as soon as I can and look for items that I need to complete my community center, which is usually fruit or animal products such as large milk and truffles. The merchant also sells rare seeds which you can plant and water every day of fall. You can get sweet gem berry, which is one of the most profitable crops in the whole game. Just make sure you water them every single day, otherwise that crop will vanish. The merchant is a great way to get those final items to finish your community center. Take Stardew Valley easily and don't get panicked by the time constraints. Early in the game, days can feel like they're moving very quickly, but once you have your farm set up, items in your chests and all organized, honestly, loads of time will be freed up to spend mining and also getting your relationships up with the NPCs. It's an easy game to get overwhelmed by and has such a massive learning curve for such a cute 8-bit game, but that's why the game is so rewarding to play. There's so many ways to play this game, going mining, going fishing, or just making friends. There is no right way to play Stardew, so take your time, explore, and enjoy one of the most wholesome games ever made. All my socials are in the description, including my Twitch. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, so come over there. A lot of Stardew Valley content, and a lot of other content too. Stardew Valley is always on, so follow up and come through. I've been Capo, and I'll see you all soon.